This is a video for the Mixed Master C group. Well guys, we took Mickey to Tryon 4-star long on the weekend, and he was very, very impressive. There was a little bit of pressure coming into this competition. We sort of obviously been spending a lot of time getting Mickey back to full fitness this year, and in the back of my mind I knew how seasoned and experienced he was, so the biggest goal was to get him fit and strong, and in the back of my mind I knew he was very, very capable of competing at this top level. So this is our sort of first advanced run together. We'd done a training, a prelim, a 3-star short, and then straight to 4-star short at Tryon. It was very, very good in all three phases. What you're seeing here is the dressage. It was on Friday. We were one of the first horses to go in the field. Mickey was pretty freaking awesome. The good news is that I feel like there's plenty of room to improve still in the dressage. Peter Gray has sort of called me up and made some comments of what he saw when he judged me at Bromont, which was very kind, and I've sort of been going back and forth with him a little bit about the frame that Liz had him in was just a little bit more uphill and sitting back and a bit more engaged. So I've sort of been chatting away a bit to Peter of sort of the way we need to present him in the ring, and the feedback I got from Peter after sending him this text was a double thumbs up. Mickey's obviously very, very expressive, and the judges were a bit split actually. One judge, the judge at C, had him on 75%, which is an excellent score. She had Mickey the clear winner of the dressage in the whole field, and the judge on the side gave us 68%. She was a bit picky when I looked at the marks and the results. She was, sometimes they're a little hesitant when they're judging at the beginning of the class too, but she sort of made a few comments on our straightness, which I think is always important to listen to. But anyway, maybe the score was something in between. The 75 was pretty amazing and the 68 was a little harsh. So the average of it, which was good that we had two judges, finished him on about a 27. This is the same dressage test that he'll be doing at the Morven Park 4-star, and he's awesome in it. The big thing I've got to work on a little bit is the throughness. If you see him in the canter half pass there, how he sort of nods his head. I feel like I've got to get him using his back a little bit more to keep him a little bit more sort of steady in the canter work. Sometimes he nods a bit. Silver's been training me quite a lot on Mickey in the preparation for this event. We've sort of spent most of the year just focusing on Mickey's soundness and his strength and his fitness. And the last 4 or 5 weeks, we've started to really dial it in and get focused on sort of the high performance, if you know what I mean, rather than just making sure that he's fit and healthy. So the good news is we've got 3 or 4 weeks here till Morven, so I think it's time to get really, really focused on Mickey and concentrate on all these small details of the test, because he should win the dressage at Morven. I'm putting a bit of pressure on myself here. He is for sure going to be the best horse in the dressage in the field, so we need to see if we can get our score down a couple more points. All in all, there's little bits and pieces of accuracy and straightness and correctness that we can go, but generally speaking, it was very good. Show jumping was great. Again, I talked to my jumping coach, Peter Wild, and we both sort of agreed that poor old Mickey, he's been sort of thrown in the deep end all of a sudden. This was a proper metre 25, maybe a metre 30 track, and Mickey's sort of just been jumping smaller fences for the bulk of the year. Peter Wild came to the farm there on Tuesday, and we had a good jump school with him. Mickey does change in the ring a little bit. I had a rubber pelham in his mouth, which I think in hindsight's a little bit too soft. I feel like sometimes I'm sort of jerking him around, so it was a good dress rehearsal, this competition, because we'll make some minor adjustments in some of his equipment, but generally speaking, the horse jumped really, really well. I felt like he was making a good shape and trying very, very hard in his technique. And you had to sort of scoot around to make the time in the show jumping. We ended up being two seconds underneath the time and a clear round. So, I mean, I couldn't be more happy with him. I think leading into Morven Park, we'll probably have 2 or 3 more jump schools. Mickey, the great thing with Mickey is that when he's actually in the... he jumps better at the show. Like at home, he's good, but he's not as good. When you go in the ring, he sort of lifts up. He's a real sort of performer that when you get into a competition ring, he picks it up a notch. Cross country, the great thing is at Tryon, it's sort of an old golf course, as you could imagine. So they have a sprinkler system. So the footing was very, very good at Tryon. It's one of the reasons I selected this event with Mickey. One of the challenges with Tryon is it's a golf course too, and there's lots of little dips, as you see there, lots of ups and downs and cantering on the side of the hill and whatnot. So I tried to run Mickey as fast as I could go without getting reckless. And I just had a snaffle in his mouth, and he was very good the first 2/3 of the course, and then the last third of the course, he started to get a little bit strong and dipping his head down coming to the jump. So I actually felt like I was riding at a good speed and a good pace around the majority of the course. The last 2 minutes, I did waste quite a lot of time sort of trying to rebalance him. So I kind of like the idea of a snaffle, but I've got a slightly different bit that I think I'll try in it that would just not be sharper in his mouth, but it would just lift his frame up. Because obviously he's a very fast horse, and it's more just the rideability. Anyway, guys, I'm very, very pleased. I think we finished in 4th place. He's back at the top of the sport. It was a real pleasure and honour riding him, just because obviously it's been a little bit of a wait getting Mickey back to the 4-star level, but we're here now, and I felt like he's fit. He finished in good shape, and he really knows his stuff cross country. Like when I was riding him around, I didn't really have to, I just had to steer him in the right direction, and he's so experienced and seasoned that he knows his stuff, and it's more of a matter of seeing if I can ride him fast and efficient without sort of being rough and ripping him around. We're in good shape though. I feel like our fitness is good. We've got a couple more gallops. We'll work with Peter again, and then I'll look for, I'll probably look for one light cross-country school just before we go to Morven, but he doesn't need too much. He's an awesome cross-country horse. But we're in great shape, guys. Fingers crossed we'll get the vet to take a look at him this week, and I think we're in good shape coming into Morven Park.
Combination 22. Clear on and off the mount. Clear 22 across the bridge. Gets a big cheer from his friends.